Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of Job Corps 411. I'm your host Trey, and today I bring you in the regular edition of Job Corps 411, meaning I'm talking about one specific topic and we're gonna go off from there. I hope you guys enjoyed the 2 pilot episodes I put out recently in regards of the Job Corps Rants and Job Corps Life After series. I really hope you guys enjoy those, and of course if I get good enough feedback on those videos, I'll continue to produce those along with the regular content here like this on the channel. So with that small notation out the way, let's go ahead and get to the video itself. Now, I received a comment or a video suggestion in the comments, which I always suggest you guys to do. If you want me to cover something Job Corps related, make sure you leave a comment and I'll be able to reply to it, or in this case make it a whole video. And I'll put a picture right here to show the person who recommended this suggestion to me. I forgot your name, but thank you once again for sending in the suggestion. Once again, leave a comment and they'll get yours next video, more than likely. So in this particular topic, we're going to be talking about a subject matter that I had to actually do a little bit of research of before I could just jump in and do a video about, considering how the LGBT community is a very diverse group. So of course it's not something that you can just write off as all lesbians are going to be treated like this. It's always depends on a variety of factors. Mainly, if you're not an asshole, then you're not going to be treated like an asshole, basically. It all depends on how your personality is. From my personal experience, gay people, lesbians, bisexuals, people in the LGBT community that went to Job Corps seem to be pretty cool people. Not to say that I was part of the community myself, because I'm a dirty, cisgendered African American male, so. But besides that, I don't really have any problems with the gay community. I'm a moderately liberal person myself, so I don't have any issue with you if you are a member of that community whatsoever. Yeah, again, it all depends, to me, on personal preference. I know that's not everybody, but again, that's not just Job Corps, but the world in general. Just like in any stereotypical college or any workplace, there's going to be that one individual who frowns upon or just have a general disapproval of the LGBT community for a variety of reasons. And my experience, I knew of a few people who frankly did not like the LGBT community at all, but again, that's about everywhere. That's not just Job Corps, but everywhere. But luckily in Job Corps, like myself, is tend to be moderately liberal, so it wasn't a vocal majority, but just that small minority. For the most part, a lot of people in the LGBT community, I asked them about their time at Job Corps. They tend to not really have that many complaints, or said they had a general okay experience with Job Corps. They was never prejudiced against, they never experienced bigotry towards them during their time in Job Corps, and overall they said they were treated just like anybody else on campus. Now keep in mind, when I went around to ask questions about their experience in Job Corps, the 2 people that I got feedback from were both friends of mine. I guess you could count them as being friends of mine, personal friends of mine. A bias, I guess. I am not 100% sure about that logic, but just putting that out there. For the purposes of anonymity, I'm not going to list their names because they requested to keep the information private. But again, for those who are wondering if I actually put any research into what I'm saying on this video, I did. I chatted with 2 very good friends of mine who are members of the LGBT community, and they both put their input into the video. So it's not just me as a straight black guy saying, oh, if you're gay, then this is what happens to Job Corps. I actually asked a gay person and a bisexual person about what Job Corps was like for them through their perspective. So with that input in mind, I gathered a top 5 list of tips for those of you who are interested in Job Corps but are also a member of the LGBT community. Without any more further blabbering, here's the list. Top 5 things for you to know for LGBT potential Job Corps students. Tip number 5 is to remember you are in Job Corps for a reason. Whenever times get rough, whenever things seem bleak, whenever it feels like you're just going into cycles and it doesn't feel like you're making any progress, remember that you're there for a reason. You're in Job Corps for a reason, whether that be a good or a bad reason. It all depends on your personal situation, but remember you're there for the purpose of either obtaining employment or advancing your education or what have you. Just make sure you stay motivated enough so you can go and complete the program. Don't just drop out and end up doing nothing again. Just complete the program and go on, just like I suggest to every one of you, regardless of your sexual preference. Just continue to go through the program, go through the cycles, and you will be successful in Job Corps. Number 4, know your worth. And I say this so you guys, especially those who are active daters, don't get manipulated. Just know your self-worth before you go out of your way to get involved in any type of Job Corps relationship, because you're worth something. Alright, you're not worthless, you're not just some random average human being that was born on this planet to die. You have self-worth, and make sure you know that you're worth something. Don't just take crap by somebody because, for example, it might be limited options in your Job Corps center. If you want to date in Job Corps, that's fine, but know your self-worth. Don't take crap from someone just because you don't want to be lonely. Alright, you are worth something. Don't put yourself down and get yourself in a bad relationship just so you can be in a relationship. Number 3, keep your circle small. That's being the make sure you keep your friends close and keep everyone else away, basically. Obviously in Job Corps, you want to make sure you keep that circle as minimal as possible, because the less friends you have, the less drama you get into. Number 2, know who to talk to. And this goes into the fact that in Job Corps, you, just like anybody else, gets help and assistance in your average day life, whether that be for medical purposes, mental health, overall wellness. You get assistance just like everybody else do. And of course, some Job Corps center staff, they openly might not care about what your personal needs are and what you might need to cope while being in Job Corps. There's some staff that actually do care, and they care about you, and it's important for you to know who they are, so in case you happen to have a mental breakdown one day and you really feel disinterested and just dissatisfied in your position in Job Corps, then you know who to talk to, and hopefully they'll be able to assist you. And before I get to number 1, one honorable mention that I want to put it out there, and this is also backed up by a friend of mine as well, and that's PDA. Just avoid PDA as a whole. It's going to be a double standard when it comes to PDA. Like, a heterosexual couple are going to probably get more leeway when it comes to public displays of affection than a homosexual couple. And it is a pretty obvious double standard, and it's not fair, but at the same time, I personally don't like PDA in general, so I'd rather you don't. If you have the need that you have to show some affection, try to keep that behind closed doors or out of the public eye. Again, it's totally not fair because heterosexual couples tend to get more of a pass on this, but generally all forms of PDA are looked down upon in Job Corps. And the number 1 tip I have would be stay true to yourself. And I mean it. Stay true to yourself. If you know in your heart that you're straight, you're straight. If you know in your heart that you're gay, you're gay. Just follow and stay true to who you are. Don't try to pretend to be no one else. Don't try to be who you're not. To try to fit in, to try to be different. Just don't. Stay true to yourself. Be true to who you are. Don't pretend to be something you're not, because everybody else is taken. There's only one you. Why be anybody else? Again, you have to be true to who you are, or else you're just going to be a miserable sack of potatoes the entire time. And if you're going to be in Job Corps, I'd rather you just be happy to the most you can, because there's going to be plenty of things to be mad about when in Job Corps, and being untrue to yourself is just one reason you shouldn't be upset about. Just be true to who you are, and you will feel so much better for it, I promise you. With that being said, thank you all for watching this edition of Job Corps 401. Make sure to hit subscribe if you want more content, like if you enjoy the information, and share to spread the knowledge to those of you may know who are interested in Job Corps. For Job Corps 401, I'm your host Trey. Once again, thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all next time. Take care.